Hey YouTube, we're back with you guessed it, another YouTube video. And today I'm wearing red because we're going to show our heart. We're going to show love for someone. You know, a lot of Christians say, I love God. I love. And so, since we know that God is love, everybody who is under Christianity's umbrella should always be showing love. Because if God is in you, then love is in you. And you always show love. So today we're going to say 2 poems today about love because I think it's very important to touch on what love actually is. Because, a lot of people have been saying, what's your love language? And that is important because everybody shows love differently. And so you have to always remember that just because you're showing love this way, that may not be the way another person receives it, And so you have to ask them, what do you consider love? And then you have to either reshape what they consider love, or you have to do what they consider love is, if it is the right thing to do. And so we're going to jump right in this poem, and I will give you my commentary after. So this is my new book. I want to publish it. So this is basically how I want it printed, and it's not published. So this is just like a rough draft, but this is an original design of mine. And so it's called Artistic Poetry. And so the book has my actual artwork and my poem in the book. And so we're going to just jump right in. So this poem is The Lie You Were Told About Love. You were told to love like you've never been hurt. But some people's hurts lies deeper than the love they can give. And when you give, you always want to receive, because that's the cycle we were taught to live. You were told to cry if it hurts, but the love you were given oftentimes was hidden. Because just because someone says they love you doesn't mean that they are supposed to touch you. Because real love can be shown in so many ways that can help you win. Real love comes from within. If someone really loves you, they show you how to love yourself first. And then you and their love can begin. When women look for a man, women look for a man, but that's the lie we were told right from the beginning. The truth is, a godly man should find you being godly and not living in sin. What happens to a heart broken too many times? By false lies. And some lies you tell yourself come from within. I'll tell you what, if you can forgive and let yourself live the truth, I promise you, you will be a mightier you in the end. And so that poem was pretty much about, a lot of sex trafficking has been going on with minors and things like that. And so because the minor's brain is not fully developed, they don't really know what love is. So when someone says, oh, I love you so much, I like you so much, they think automatically it's sexual, and it's not. And so I just want to tell the youth that if someone loves you, they don't have to touch you or stimulate you in a sexual manner. They can actually just show you that they love you in a great way, like in a way of basically helping you be better than you was yesterday. They can show you how to be a better person. They can mentor you. So love is not always sensual. And so don't let anybody tell you that this is what you have to do to show me that you love me, because that's not true. Okay, so we're going to jump right in. My next poem. So this is the painting that I have, and this is my next poem. And so it is about not a love story. So this is not a love story, but it is a story about love. How loving someone can heal or kill you. How loving someone can bind up your wounds or hurt you more and more by making you guess or assume. Assume where you stand with them, or do you hold a special place in their heart? Was Was our love real or fake from the start? Can my love for you be enough to carry us? Or will my unwillingness to commit bury us? If I know my soul longs for you, but I do nothing to attain true love, will your true love carry us through? Through the trials and tribulations of this solemn life, will our love fight to be together until we say I do? And I realize the journey for us really starts after we are bonded by God for life. Because then we will have to, Because then we will have to still love each other even when we have strife. Knowing someone has to continue to love me when I'm acting less than lovable shows me that God has gifted them with not just beauty, but patience to love me when I cannot show up for myself or them too. So I get back in line because I want this love to last. And I realize I am nothing without my other half. Because life is always about being whole. And what's half of a half of a half of a whole? It's 1/3, and that is all I am, you see. Without you and God, I could never be complete. So I wait patiently for you to love all of me. Because if we don't put God first, we could never be. But since I know you, and you will always know me, our love will stand the test of time because I will never leave. And so I thought that was a good poem because it's basically telling you that basically love is not this kind of mystical fairy tale Disney Channel thing. You know, love is two imperfect people loving each other with all of their flaws and all of their trauma and all of their bondage, and they're coming together to make a whole and make each other better. And so love can be hard. It can be, painstaking. But if the person is trying to be better and you are trying to actively be better, then once you give it time, love can be a beautiful thing. Now, some people get love mixed up with, hurting people and beating them up and, stuff like that. And so that's not love. If some man is beating you up or a woman is beating you up, that is not love, even if they say, I love you and this is why I do it, So that's why you have to, in the beginning, figure out people's love language. Because some people's love language is to fight, And so you need to know that in the beginning, before your feelings get involved and things like that. And so you need to set those boundaries and those rules that if you hit me, I'm leaving you. You know what I mean? So you have to set those boundaries and rules in the beginning so that they know that, this is a line that you cannot cross because I'm leaving. I don't care what the cost is, And so that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm not telling you how to love your significant other. I'm just telling you how I want to be loved. And so that is it for today. Remember, when you're loving someone, always protect yourself first and then protect someone else, because we're dealing with a vulnerable population out here now. And so you never know, what someone's dealing with and what their mental status is. So that was it for today. I will see you guys next time on the Christian's Corner.